Marc Rodríguez, and I'm the CTO and co-founder at Xampla. It would probably be some sort of plant, actually, that represents, the source of our raw materials. The fact that you really need to get surrounded by experts and the right people with the right expertise to grow the company and to make sure that you can translate those initial interesting findings at the university to a full-scale commercial product. And it's the fact that we've been able to put together a really good team with lots of industry experience that has been one of the main learning curves for me personally. Early on, we thought there was a lot of potential in the technology we developed, but it really wasn't until we showed that our materials and processes were truly scalable and they dropped into existing manufacturing processes. And that was like the specific point in time. We realized we had a solution that could actually make an impact, because not only it worked, but we could make it work and provide the performance at a scale that makes commercial sense. We were very lucky to recruit people that had been working in industry for a very long time. And as a startup at the beginning, you really need that expertise and that experience to understand what challenges you need to solve for your technology to be scalable and commercially viable. So it was really key to get those experts and industry experience at the beginning, and that made a big difference. For us, it was really clear that there was a very important and pressing environmental problem to be solved, especially with the types of plastics we're trying to replace, which are the most polluting plastics, the types of plastics that normally are very thin and cannot be easily recycled. So, for us to identify and understand that was a really big problem to solve, that was one of our main motivations. On top of just developing cool technology, we want to develop really good technology to solve such an important problem, such as plastics pollution. Wow, that's an interesting one. I think all the products we are developing at the minute, especially our launch product, which is Morro coating, is a great example of essentially one of the earliest discoveries that we did many years ago, that now it's turning into a commercial reality. So, the fundamental discovery of how these natural polymer materials can provide the right performance in terms of grease barrier, water barrier, essentially very similar functional benefits that plastic offer, but without the downside of plastic pollution. Having materials that can provide the performance but are generally truly biodegradable and also compatible with existing recycling streams. So making that a reality from lab to manufacturing, that's been one of the main challenges and one of the main successes for our company. I think, generally speaking, it's very useful to understand, what the customer needs and also what the supply chain needs, because we need to make sure that our materials can integrate within the supply chain, and not only they deliver the performance, but they can be also supplied at a cost that makes sense to the end customer. So for us, trying to understand from all the different bits of the supply chain what they really need and how can we actually make our materials integrate within their processes, that's absolutely critical for us to be able to provide a material that does the job, provides good performance, but also is something that allows end customers to have a viable plastic alternative. I think Morro is one of our greatest and latest innovations, and I guess one of the really interesting features of Morro is that not only can be applied to very specific types of packaging, we have already validated that essentially can be used for food service, takeaway boxes, but potentially other applications such as cups, and that's really exciting for us because it's a really big market, and obviously cups at the minute they have a plastic coating, so we're really keen to essentially apply the learnings from our Morro coating to new packaging formats to try to make even a much bigger difference.
At KP, sustainability is in every solution, from recyclable medical device films to recycled content card films. We're leading the future of sustainable packaging.
it is being true to our mission and our values. So all the materials we develop, we intend that they provide the performance they require in the end application, but we never compromise on the biodegradability or the nature of our material. So all the technology and all the materials we develop are truly plastic free, and that's something that our customers really value, because they know they can trust us in terms of providing really viable plastic free alternatives. So we're not greenwashing, we're not making false claims, we're really being honest about the materials we provide to our customers. It's really important for us to understand that packaging is everywhere. It's something that's like present in our lives in all the different products we buy. So I guess for people to be conscious that using packaging has a massive impact environmentally, and having conscious choices on the type of packaging we buy can actually make a big impact. And so trying to reduce certain types of packaging, also trying to buy products where the packaging can be easily more recycled, or in other cases such as Morro coating, buying packaging products that have completely plastic-free barrier coating solutions. So I think that's one of my advice for the future generations. I think it's really trying to explain why our materials are biodegradable, they're plastic free. So sharing that information openly and providing the evidence as well. So not only just making some claims, but like properly substantiating those claims with real scientific data. Certainly, Morro coatings is one of those examples. So essentially, a plastic-free alternative that provides the performance and is available at scale. So I guess obviously that's one example, but there's several other examples in the industry, especially certain types of flexible paper that can essentially provide really good performance in applications where flexible plastic was used in the past. So I think there's lots of growing technologies and opportunities to be able to provide viable alternatives to single-use plastics. I think it's being able to provide solutions to packaging products that are available at extremely large volumes. And I guess takeaway boxes is one example, but paper cups or even some like single-use sachets, like those are actually produced globally in billions of units, and the recycling rate of these types of single-use products is relatively low, and the very thin layers of plastics present in these products either get incinerated or can potentially leak into the environment. So for us, the motivation is knowing that we can make a real difference when it comes to replacing these very small plastics that contribute to microplastic pollution. Our coating materials are providing similar performance to some of the current plastic coatings used in certain applications, but we're also developing new technologies that enable new packaging formats, and an example of that is our soluble and edible packaging. So essentially that provides an alternative to plastic sachets, but also brings a new consumer experience where essentially the ingredient is dissolved alongside the packaging. So not only it provides a new consumer experience, but it also reduces waste as the packaging is also consumed.